what do you expect in terms of candidates going after one another?
Well, I know what people want. I've been talking to people in Ohio, and they really don't want Democrats to eat each other on the stage. They just want to know more about them at this point. It's very interesting that Andrew Yang is getting a lot of excitement. He's actually higher in the polls. He's like this outlier. He's 44, the guy with the cap that said math. I mean, talk about like a new face. He's kind of offering the excitement that we saw on the Sanders campaign, and he's polling higher than Klobuchar and Booker, and so he would be someone to watch because there's still time for an outlier to kind of rise up.
And Rick, what do you think it is about Andrew Yang? Maybe beside the $1,000 promise.
Free money helps.
Free money does help, yeah.
I think there is something compelling about a guy that just seems to have played by the rules and done everything right and believes in math and believes in science and just is able to say, look, how can you be more different than Donald Trump, as he says, as an Asian guy who likes math? That I think there's a clarity to that I feel like is compelling to people. And in a sense, he's gone viral in a whole range of different communities where people start hearing about him and sharing. And I think there'll be more scrutiny on him as a result.
But let me just kind of say, I don't want to necessarily pour water on the Yang gang, but we're talking
but you're going to try.
But I'm not going to try. I'm going to reference the fact that he's at 2-point-something% in the polls. So the difference between him and Amy Klobuchar and him and Booker, there's nobody's in the double digits except for 3 candidates. And that's why this race, some people think there's 3 candidates plus 1 or 2 more. Is Andrew Yang's doing well for himself? But he's at 2% in the polls.
But I'll tell you why it matters. It's because he's directly addressing the pain in the country. He's saying that truckers don't have jobs, that robots are taking jobs away. And I think the message that the Democrats
seem to have resonated.
It did resonate because a lot of people don't know how to use the latest generation of an iPhone, and they're only like 60 years old. He's saying that basically, he's saying the middle class is hurting, and forget about a lot of talk about the 1% and the poor, but what about us? The average savings in a household in America is only $12,000. 1 year of college is many times more than that. And so they want someone like Yang or someone to say, help me. It's kind of a big moment for the Democrats to retake the middle class.